Well, hello, it's Amanda, creative gardener, and I've got a new project to work on. So, as well as my garden, which is what we're looking at over there, I've now got another space to, I say, transform. And this is the start of the transformation. There was just rocks here. So I've been positioning the rocks and putting down marl as a temporary solution so that I can walk easily through here. And I realised I'd gone up to this point and it was quite a dip, so now I'm extending it slightly so there's not such a dip to walk down. I can't yet get my wheelbarrow over it, but maybe that's a good thing. For now it would have to be more, I would have had to have flattened it, so removed all the rocks and then flattened it, and that was this way was easier. Anyway, so thank you for visiting me today. I'm just going to be showing you some of the things that I'm going to be working on and some of maybe the ideas that I have. So let's reveal. Okay, so as I spin round, this now is the space that I'll be working on, and it goes beyond the trees. And my last video I was talking about, you can't always do everything by yourself. Now in my head I was just going to get a chainsaw and then just take my time, but sometimes you do need to get help, in professional help anyway, so and people with the right machinery. I do not have that. So what we're intending to do, me, myself and I, but what we're intending to do is to clear all of this, and it has to be done carefully because there's lots of big giant rocks like this that have been placed in different places over the years, and you can see here as well, just kind of dumped in places, and these big rocks. So I was thinking maybe they could be seating, just like natural stone. I mean, there's nothing else, or a border of some kind, but there's lots of clearing up to do. That container is going to be moving. I'm just waiting for when it's going to be moved. We've had quite dry weather, so there should be no problem. The person that was here was just really, I'm disappointed with how it looks now, because it shouldn't have looked this way and all those trees shouldn't have grown up, but that's another story. At the back there are some containers, water storage containers with holes in, and so I've been doing a bit of research and thinking of doing some wicking beds, and wicking beds are self-watering systems that you build, so I'd have to patch the holes. And if you want to know what a wicking bed is, the real kind of definition, you can have a look. But it's a self-watering system where you only need to kind of water once a week, and there's a reservoir of water at the bottom. And cut down all those. These are shak trees, and we've got one here. They grow really tall, and they've got all of their pods, you can see up there, are filled with seeds. In each one there's at least between 8 and 13 seeds, and as you can see there's an army of them that have just, those ones and the river tamarind, which are another invasive plant tree. So this one here is river tamarind here. I've got my glove. And then has the shak tree pods dry out, they split open, and then all the seeds are dispersed, and they've just been growing. See, all along the side of those trees are river tamarind. That's my neighbour's fence back there, so they all have to be moved. And then with what's here, I've got some of the marl, and so I've been trying to clear a little path, and then I've been using these to kind of just kill the grass along here. This was a whole road Cole's having fun. But yeah, so this is gonna be a couple of years in the making, I think, to get it to how I want. So I want some raised beds. We're going to plant some fruit trees, but keep them at a height and keep them away from the fences. And just the trees that are there at the moment, I'm not going to be able to dig them up, but I can keep them low and just control them. The other thing that we've got back there is, what do you call them? Termite mounds, so they have to be moved. Some of them are attached to trees, and then some of them, I don't know, they're on the floor somehow. But yeah, so these all have to be trimmed back. I've got somebody coming to look and see, but I will give you an update. It's going to be a lot of hauling, lifting, digging, raking until it can get to how I want. The other thing that's developed is these really scratchy grass, which I think is it's all around us, because when, yeah, look, here's an example. They have these seed heads, and they stick to your clothing, and they really are sharp, and so they've been allowed to disperse amongst the whole place. So it's just like you've got a lot of that in here, and it only takes, like, you know, that one to be on, you know, attached to itself to the fur of an animal, and all your clothing, because as I've walked through here another time, so we've got them all along here, it's all over really. So just gonna try and get rid of as much as possible, and then, yeah, do the raised beds, but I need to clear a path down to that storage container, because I need to start thinking about how I'm gonna cut them in two, and yeah, just do there's some cassava over there that needs to be dug up and rescue the sticks, because I want to plant some more cassava, and then every time I come down here with my little tool like, I try and cut, like, I just use this and cut what I can. Every little bit helps. So that is the project at hand, and I'm still working in the space directly behind the house. We've got fruit trees coming on, and it would be nice to have this area really producing how it can. It's got some really nice soil, and it's a shame that, you know, the length of time the previous person had it, they haven't done anything with it. They've grown a few things, but it's just, as you can see, there's nothing that you can harvest here. Lots of things for chop and drop, and I'm hoping to get a wood chipper, or somebody with a wood chipper that, you know, a lot of we can make some wood chips, and yeah. And again, that's the other thing back there with the, you know, you have to try and avoid the trees developing their seed pods, because then you've got millions. There's like millions of seed pods back there, and we've only managed just to kind of get the previous person off to clear their stuff, and they've just left loads of stuff for us to sort out. But I've been telling myself a little bit at a time. It can be overwhelming, and what I need to focus on now is sorting this out. Use what you have, is what I've said. Use what you have, and then eventually what I'd like to have is, like, you know, like tiles or something, or kind of make it proper, do it proper. But for now, so I can get backwards and forwards, I don't think it's too bad, actually. You know, I think it's I have to wait and see what rain does, but I've tried to compact it. I've put rocks at the side. I know that some of this will run away, but I've really tried to compact it with the rocks, so there should be, minimal runoff. And yeah, just you do what you can, as I say, with what you've got until you can sort out more. And some of the tools I want to get is a chainsaw, a hedge trimmer. I think I might have said it before. A hedge trimmer, chainsaw, a whacker, and so that I can just maintain in between when we get somebody to come and cut. And then if there's beds here, it will take up some of the grass space, and then you just keep it low in between. And then you've got some nice fruit trees, you've got some seating area. And I'd like to grow more herbs back here as well. And there's some other ideas I've got. I'm just kind of mulling over with God and seeing what's possible. But, right now it's about clearing. It's about, as I say, making do with what you've got. I've got another space that I'm trying to create, a terraced area, very similar to this, putting the rocks down. And so that's the physical part of the job. If you see my wheelbarrow here waiting to take this load of marl, there's 4 buckets full in there to where it needs to go, and it's so heavy. I'm just like, it's my workout for the week. But anyway, so I hope that you are encouraged that with what you have, there's so much you can do with it. And you just have to take your time. Okay, so the seed pods are developing. I'll cut down what I can, and then I'll just pick them up. That's what I used to do when I first the trees first started to grow. Like, the wind blows them, you can see, and I came round and I would bend down and pick them all up, and then I progressed to one of those tools that you just grab them, and now I know not to let them grow so tall and keep them cut back. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm just seeing an area. I've got other neighbours on that side, and I want to make sure that those seed pods are not going to be, that's maybe a job for tomorrow. I need to cut down parts of those trees down there. Anyway, I will see you later. And yeah, I hope, as I said, that you're encouraged to get out there and do some growing, even if it's in a little plant pot. Yeah? Okay, so take care. I'll see you soon.